ladies and gentlemen and lady. I'm resetting back up my phone because my my uh my tires is giving me a yeah. I know what I want to say. My tires are giving me a low air warning, and I wasn't sure if it felt a little flat, so I was like, I didn't want to get too far and find out that I have a flat tire. But I'm assuming that's partially because I was in mud. So, good morning, Matt. So I was a little concerned with low air warning and felt a little off back there. So my whole morning was about to be not good. But I checked all my gauges because it has one of those sensors that tells me air pressures. Yeah, it's lower, but welcome to Monday morning. So I hope everybody had a lovely weekend. It's a little bit rainy here. My car says 38. Yeah, that is true. And as I'm driving, it might change it a little bit. It sat for a couple of days, so it might have to do with that as well. But I got out and checked to make sure that I felt a little sluggish because my driveway is mud, so that doesn't help. Morning, Leaffoot. Hope you're doing well. So, but today's topic, and feel free to converse with me on it, is glitches in the Matrix. Are we living in a simulation? Is it like in the movies The Matrix, or do you think that's just some hogwash? I personally, it's very fascinating, but is it reality? No, I don't think we are personally, but there's a lot of rabbit holes that people go down that would make me kind of question. That's even like with the flat Earth people, if I could say it like that. They, if you sit down and you listen to what they say or read what they say and such, it's fascinating. You could toy with the idea, but I personally think it's a globe that we live in a round world, but that's a totally different subject. So what do I mean by glitches in the Matrix? Pretty much it's where there's something that makes you see something that makes you kind of stop and say, huh, like, I don't know, like if I'm driving down this road and I see a black bear on the side of the road kind of stop and growl at me or whatever. Then I get around the bend and the exact same look, exact same growl, exact same size, all is right there again, as if It's like a lot of people used to compare it to deja vu before the movies. Um, a lot of people felt like it was deja vu, like they were reliving the moment again. That's one form of glitches in the Matrix. And then you see there's other kinds where you're well, let's see, there's videos of 5 or 6 of the exact same cars going through McDonald's drive-through. Same color, same everything. Or I've seen somebody take a picture of from the back of the bus where there's 3 sets of couple in the bus, dressed the same, looks the same. Now, mind you, with today's technology, AI has been, and photo editing and such has definitely played a role in trickery. So don't get me wrong. And that's the sad thing about nowadays is even when you have legitimate proof, people are gonna slap a label on it of fakery. And even I can't say just nowadays. That's been going on forever. You got old Polaroids and such, and old Tengraphs. I don't think I said that right. Tengraphs. Old templated photos where how the heck you got? Well, they say because you used props back then, but I don't know what that was. But a small animal darted across the road. You guys probably didn't see it. Might have been a cat, small fox. But where was I? Oh yeah, so back when. But anyways, the subject isn't about bakeries and such. But you'll be going down the road and you walk down the road or you go in someplace and you see. I keep bringing cars up because they're the ones that go. They're the items that go by you quicker and more susceptible to change. So you see a car go by, and when you look or turn back around, it's a different color. Or cars appearing out of nowhere, for that matter. Or planes and birds up in the sky that just are staying still. Now, some people say that, it's a trick of the camera and you know, things like that. I don't know. How heavy is the rain? I'm not outweighing it. I mean, 0.1 ounce per drop. I mean, I don't think that they'd be a pound a drop, but I know what you're asking. It's a steady rain, heavy enough where I gotta use my wipers now and then, but it's not torrential or anything. You're probably gonna get wet standing in it more than a minute. But things point to did you Google that? But with all that with the planes and the I bet you did, because that's what I would have done if I wasn't driving. But with the planes and all that stuff, all the videos and people randomly making posts on social media and such. I mean, sometimes I have to question, with so much out there, that there's not a possibility of it happening. I believe even Neil deGrasse Tyson, if I pronounced his name right, I believe even he put out there that there is a possibility that we are living in a simulation. Now, if that's the case, I wish somebody would give me the cheat code so I could have a better bank account and such. That would be nice. You know, do I have to walk 4 or 5 steps, take 2 steps back, 3 steps to the left, 3 jumps to the right? I mean, but like I said, deja vu before the movies was what most people would call it. And they even bring that up in the movies, where you ever live the moment twice. And I personally experienced deja vu throughout my life. And of course, like most people who've seen the movie afterwards, thought, did I just glitch, or you know what? It's more like GTA. You have to call the right phone number. Yeah, I bet you. Maybe we should Google that, huh? What's the right phone number to call? I haven't played Grand Theft Auto since like the first 4 that came out. What is it, on 50 now? But it's only on 5. Oh yeah, I guess, because now I remember seeing the memes and the jokes. Hey, we got this before GTA 6. Oh, we got that before GTA 6. Who would have thought we would have had this before GTA 6? Yeah, now that you mention it, I remember. For some reason I thought we had more. Excuse me, I was young. For some reason I thought we had more than that. We got proof of the Matrix before GTA 5. Yeah. It's an interesting theory. And then you think about, if we are in a Matrix, why, are we in a video game? Which I guess if we were, for most of us, we'd be in like a simulation of like The Sims. Then I suppose some of us in war areas would be in war games like Call of Duty and such, if you're in certain areas of the world. And yeah, I suppose I guess I'd be in bus simulator, right? But yeah, I don't have much more to say about it, but I'm willing to give you guys my views if you have any comments, thoughts. If you want to talk about something else, drop that in the comments. The movies were pretty cool. made a lot of people question, and no, I don't believe there's the one running around. I know they said if they can make a true simulation of life, and that would almost prove that we are in it. Well, I mean, we make simulations and simulations. Like, I mean, look at the guy just recently made a working computer inside Minecraft. I still don't know how that works, but and that's somebody with I'm sure he has more computer power, processing power and such than most people do that play Minecraft, but he's still pretty limited on his stuff. But imagine somebody like Gates or somebody Elon that has all this money and all this stuff that they are computing power that they can build upon. Yeah, and I agree that's not true assimilation. But my point wasn't so much that in itself. My point was more along the lines that's somebody with limited resources. What about the people that have the true resources, quantum computers, things like that, that should be able to, if somebody's able to figure it out in a simple game like Minecraft, and I'm not trying to say it's simple for him because, well, I personally am not aware of how to do it. So has to have some thought somewhere in his mind, some capability and intelligence. So, but my thought was more along the lines of how much more processing power and memory and things like that is out there, and only getting bigger and better to make it to where the possibility of being able to put a simulation out there is. Or is it another plane? Like, yeah, we have real life, but then we, like the Simpsons, that one Simpsons episode where he's jumped through like a multiverse, and he ended up in a simulation. Homer Simpson ended up in a simulation world. Is that a possibility? I am the only person in the universe. None of you exist outside my imagination. I believe you're making reference to a story I told you about in my past, Lee, but there is belief of NPRs, non-playable NPCs, non-playable characters, where there's just people out there. I think we talked about that a bit ago. They have some slight proof that after we die, something from us slips into another place. Yeah. And Lee Foot is, I believe that's probably true, Matt. And Lee Foot is referencing to my past, somebody that I dated forever ago when I was a teenager, which I guess kind of fits into a simulation. This young girl believed that every time somebody stepped out of the room or she wasn't interacting with them anymore, they disappeared. They were no longer part of her world until she was ready to deal with them again. And, so pretty much, I don't know if she thought she was the only one because I was too young to really dig down that rabbit hole, but she felt that once she was done with me, I would get up and leave, or subconsciously she didn't want to be around somebody anymore. They'd get up and leave. And I thought I had the theory beat. I was like, well, aha, what about when I call? I'm not there anymore. She's like, oh, I just want to hear your voice at that point. So I guess in some ways that would have been before the Matrix was made, the movie. So I guess in some point that is a Matrix type situation in her mind. I was kind of young. I didn't quite know how to handle that information. I was thinking, man, I don't want to step out of this room and disappear. Hey, I can't really read all that while I'm driving. This girl was talking about that back in the mid 80s, and she wasn't formally educated. I'll give you that much. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I don't know how far she got in her education. We weren't together as a couple for that long. I know she went to high school because I was going to high school at the time. Beyond that, I don't know what her education level is. So, but anyways, that was her theory, was once somebody stepped outside the room she was in, she did not care. That person no longer existed. Which is, like I said, when you're young and impressionable, that's kind of a odd thought, because then even though you don't fully believe, there's that moment of, is it? did I step out of this room and I no longer exist? And if that's the case, you really wouldn't care because, well, you no longer existed. But so I don't know what you guys believe. Do you believe? Drop the comment real quick of yes or no. Do you believe that there's glitches in the Matrix and that we're living in a simulation, or do you believe that we're tangible and real, and whatever the alternative of that would be? Come on, guys, it's 3:54 on a Monday morning. My mind isn't working that great yet. Whatever the alternative would be, do you believe it or no? Drop a comment, because it's almost time for me to get my coffee. No Matrix, Lee says. I don't believe we're in a simulation, personally. If we're in a simulation, we're in some kid's long forgotten computer system that's just been running on repeat for millenniums, slowly just playing itself with nobody touching the controller in eons. I could probably do that if I look into it. Here's a screensaver. Oh, I feel bad for whoever has to see that screensaver. No, most of you guys are good. I would feel bad if I was somebody's screensaver. But yep, it's time for me to get some coffee. I haven't had none all morning, so I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. I plan on trying to have one. I need to get some air in my tire. I was hoping that the sensor would go off and I'd be all right, but still saying low air. So we'll see. But with that, I wish you guys a wonderful day. As always, stay spooky, my friends.